Hey, hola. Mm. What's up, everybody? I hope everybody is doing great today on this Friday. Fridays always seem like 5 times 5. Like if you can picture or imagine an equation, I imagine it being 5 times 5. I don't know why. I don't know why. But I want everybody to come in, be respectful. We are going to talk about hope. We will get started in just a few. You're in the dungeon, okay? You are in the dungeon with me, Kyle. So welcome. Welcome in. Let me know where you guys are at, okay? Did anybody have breakfast this morning? Anybody at all? Did anybody have breakfast? I had a burrito and lots of water. Lots of water. Lots of water. Yo. Oh, dang it. Black. I keep on forgetting, man. Look, I don't have was it Telegram or WhatsApp? I don't have those, man. So you are gonna have to um just make a video like just make a quick video, 30 seconds. You can email it to me, or I'll send you my number and we can do it that way. All right, but now we are going to almost start. We are going to almost start. What hope is, the process of hope, and are you functioning in hope properly? All right. I am streaming to both YouTube and TikTok at the same time. But don't worry, okay? So, hope. What is hope? Hope is a type of intuition. It's intuitive. Hope is intuitive. Hope is intuition. Hope can bring you a level of awareness that is it far exceeds what you were even expecting. But what is hope? What is hope? Hope, well, the definition of hope is to have the theological virtue of hope. Virtue. What is virtue? Virtue actually is one of God's angels. Virtue is the angel that is designed or tasked to distribute God's grace. So God's grace exists in patience, right? You've heard virtue is a patient, or patience is a virtue. That is not. That doesn't mean that patience is good. It's like it's saying that patience is delivered from the angel called virtue. Hope is a thing delivered by the angel called virtue. And there's different types of angels that protect God, that do things for God. Virtue is an angel. It's a type of angel. And when virtue is around you, you experience patience. You experience a thing called hope. Okay? Now, what hope, and I'm going to get more into that in just a bit. I don't know how long this live stream is going to be. But if you're here, make some noise, okay? What hope is not is anticipation. It is not expectation, and it is right. So it is not anticipation. Like we use the phrase hope in the same context of when you are anticipating something or expecting something. Hope is neither of those things. And for your discernment, you need to distinguish the difference between those things. Anticipate, the word anticipate, it means to cause to happen. Okay, take care of ahead of time. So if you are anticipating this live stream, you may have set a reminder in your phone. The reminder is anticipation. Okay, that is the indication that you are anticipating this live stream. It is not hope. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Okay, expectation, or to expect, it means to wait. It means to look out for. It also, there's also some branches off into other definitions. Like, it also does mean hope, but with a lowercase h. It also means to long for or anticipate. So expect, it just means to wait. You are waiting. You are expecting. But when you all of your expectations exist all of your expectations lead into one of two things: satisfaction or disappointment. Your expectation, how you differentiate between hope, is it's duty based. You are waiting for something out of a sense of duty. So, for example, if you have a job, you're working all week, you're flipping hamburgers and all this stuff, and you expect your paycheck. It's like there's an obligation for your employer, for your boss, for your manager to pay you. That's the difference. Now, you're not hoping for that. You are expecting. Make sense? All right. So, let me see what's going on over here. All right. So, hope, the opposite of hope is desperation. Hopelessness. To be void of hope, holding no hope. Now, in the world of spiritual gifts, hope is healers are tasked to guide people or redirect people into the position of hope. Okay, into the position of hope. And we'll get into that in just a little bit because I think I jumped ahead of myself a little bit. But there is a Bible phrase that says joy comes in the morning. Okay, joy comes in the morning. Sadness may endure for the night, but joy comes in the morning. When you listen to that, joy comes in the morning. See, you read books, and these books sometimes teach you about life. It teaches you, it gives you principles, it gives you clues on how to act so that things can happen in a certain way. There's a nutritional thing on the back of bottles and stuff. I don't want to put that bottle up, but like on the back of food, there's like nutritional value that indicates if you eat this, if you ingest this, this will happen. Okay, this is what this includes. So in the Bible, it says, weeping may endure but for a night, but joy comes in the morning. When you understand what joy is not an emotion. Joy is intuition. Joy is the promise of God's salvation. Joy is the promise of infinity, of abundance, of all of everything. Joy is God's grace. Joy is God's mercy, God's love, God's protection. That's joy. Joy is elation. When you are spiritually positioned to look at joy, when you are looking at joy, when somebody else is possessed with joy, when somebody is expressing joy, when somebody is communicating that they are full of joy, you experience something. It's called hope. You experience something. It's called hope. When you are looking at joy, you experience hope. You can experience hope by looking at the sunrise. Go outside. Weeping may endure but for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Watch the sunrise. There are principles in the Bible that they are there to tell you how to act. If you look at the sunrise, if you watch the sunrise, you will experience something. It's called hope. Okay? Is this making sense? Okay. Now, joy is the source of happiness. Joy is the source of what we all call happy. Happy is an emotion. Joy is not an emotion. Joy is intuition. The word happy, it means luck. A few of you understand where I'm going with this, but when you are lucky, luck occurs rarely. When you win the lottery, you don't win the lottery consistently. When you win that brand new car, you don't win the car consistently. You win it once. Everything outside of luck, that pleasant feeling, everything outside of that is called misery. But that's happiness. That's the whole process of happiness. Happiness is a process. The thing that is pleasing occurs only rarely. But the source of that pleasing energy is called joy. People sometimes get confused when you see people who are actually lucky and you are observing them, you are hearing them, you are seeing them, you can hug them if they won the lottery, if they just won that brand new car. They may in fact be happy. They may not be in joy. In the process of joy, joy may not actually be there. They might be experiencing what is called happiness. And if you see that, you then will not experience hope. You experience a thing that emulates hope called envy. You experience a thing that looks like hope. It's envy. So you might see somebody on social media that has millions of dollars, and they're putting it in front of your face. They're just throwing it up, all this money. They're showing you how much money they have. They may have just gotten paid by TikTok or by Instagram or by YouTube. And you see that and you think, I want to do that. So now you feel that you have hope. I can do that. That I can be like that. That is not hope. That's envy. I want what they have. That's not hope. It appears as hope. It is called envy. So this is why I brought up happiness and joy. Because joy, when you are looking at joy, you experience hope. Remember, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. When you are looking at joy, you experience hope. When you are looking at joy, the virtue, the angel called virtue, comes and delivers hope to you. The promise of exponential growth, that's hope. God's promise to help you multiply everything in your life. God is concerned with multiplication. Okay? What did he say to us? Be fruitful and multiply. God told us to multiply. It's okay. We can do that. And money's not evil. I don't know where people are getting that from. Money's not evil. Okay. So, envy can sometimes look like hope. Envy can sometimes look like hope. This is why you need discernment even in distinguishing the difference between happiness and joy. If somebody just won something or got something or is temporarily coming up on some money or some type of fame, and they are expressing pleasing energy, pleasing things, like you need to examine what they are doing, why they are doing it, so you don't get tricked. Because if you are viewing that and you accept, oh, I can also do that, you are inviting a demon in. That's not hope. That's envy. Okay? Does this make sense to everybody? Is this clicking? Okay, thank you. Joy cannot be shaken. Yes, joy itself. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Now, hopeless. When you are looking at joy, you have hope. But when you are looking at the goals of the devil, which is destruction, which is to unalive you and to rob you, okay, to rob you, to unalive you, and to destroy you. Those are the three main goals that the devil has. When you have your back turned towards joy, when joy is not something that you are facing, there's something you experience. You experience desperation. To be desperate. The word desperate, it literally means hopeless. It literally means hopeless. When you are desperate, you are hopeless. When you are in desperation, you are hopelessness. Like you are emulating hopeless. Okay? when when you are facing destruction, maybe you feel like you can't pay your bills this month. Maybe you feel like your health is never going to get better. Maybe you feel like you're never going to get that car fixed or get a car. Maybe you feel like you are never going to get out of this 9-to-5 job. Guess what? You are swimming in the thing called hopelessness. Hopeless, desperation. When people are desperate, they do strange things. When people are desperate, they lack hope. You don't think hope is a possibility. When you are facing towards the devil's goals to rob you, to unalive you, and to destroy you, your family, your goals, your progress in life, you then in spirit are worshiping the devil. You are thanking the devil for his plan. You think that the devil's plan will work over God's plan. This is why you experience worry. This is why you experience despair. This is why you experience, sadness, or not sadness, depression, and all these other things. Okay, hope, especially in what's happening in Florida. Those people who are going through their broken houses, the hurricanes that just ran through. You'll see a lot on TV. People will say things that are coming from a place of despair, hopelessness. They believe that the devil's plan worked. So their house is not here anymore. They think that the devil's plan is working. Sometimes when God closes a door, it's not to destroy you, it's to protect you. The house that you're living in, maybe God has been telling you it's time to leave. And you stayed there, and you stayed there, and you stayed there. And God's like, okay, I told you already. Now, I'm not saying that for all of Florida or everybody. I'm just saying destruction, when you are looking towards destruction, you experience misery. Hope, turn towards hope. You can turn towards hope in a very simple way. Weeping may endure but for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Accept joy. Look towards joy. Feeling of pleasure and delight. The source of pleasure. The source of happiness. Bliss. Joy is actually the highest form of prayer. There are 7 types of prayer. 7 types. You can pray deliberately, right? You can get down on your knees and ask God for forgiveness, and then talk, send prayers to God. Prayer is not a conversation. I know what you think. Prayer is not a conversation. You don't when you pray, in your prayer, even in your deliberate prayer, you do not receive things back from God. Like when you pray, it is a one-way street. It's not a conversation. You are saying your piece. You are asking God. You are talking to God. Or the devil. Like you can pray to the devil as well. This is why there's multiple layers of prayer. But joy is the highest form of prayer. And if you want to know more about prayer, I've written a book. It's called A Peace Called Love. It's linked in my bio. In that book, there's a chapter on prayer in its entirety. And I don't want to go too deep into prayer now because this is not really about prayer. But joy is a type of prayer. It's the highest form of prayer. Right? So now that you understand that, okay, hope is something that you can invite anytime. You can invite hope anytime. Now, why is hope a type of intuition? Why is hope a type of intuition? Well, hope is a type of intuition because the word intuition, it means spiritual perception. This is how humans, you and I, how we see God or see the devil in motion. This is how we see the devil destroying you or other people or life. This is how we see God protecting and loving and providing for you, for your family, for life. This is called intuition. There's a word for it. Only, and this is kind of getting a little deeper, but I'm building an online course too, and the online course, in it, one of the lessons is it's called knowing, awareness, and knowing, understanding, and awareness. Knowing, understanding, and awareness. And those are the 3 levels of comprehension. Those are the 3 levels of how things comprehend anything, how you comprehend anything. For example, if you're watching this on your phone, you know that you are holding a phone. That phone might be black, it might be purple, it might be green. You know that green is there. That is called knowledge. Information turns into knowledge. Then you have a different pieces of information, of knowledge. You combine that, and now you know how to use your phone. That is not knowing how to, you understand. That's a level of comprehension that exists higher than knowing. Understanding. Understanding is when you put things together. Understanding, it means reason. So when you are understanding, you are reasoning with things. Why is this here? Why is this phone here? Why is this man talking like this? Oh, I understand now. I understand why. And maybe you stay, maybe you don't. But that's called understanding. Awareness, everything is not aware. Your toothbrush is not aware. Trees are not aware. Frogs are not aware. Dogs, cats, giraffes are not aware. Humans are aware. Awareness, what is awareness? Awareness is when intuition starts to talk to you. Awareness is when your intuition starts to open up and expose things to you. That's awareness. So when, for example, let's take hope. Hope is intuition. When you are looking at hope, or if you're looking at joy, but let's just take hope, for example. When you are looking at hope, hope is intuition. When you are looking at it, hope starts to pop things up. It starts to expose things to you. And when it starts to expose things to you, what ends up happening? You start to see things, you start to observe things, not see, but like you get ideas. For example, if you're looking at hope, hope might expose an idea for a business, your business, for you to start a business. Oh, you know what? I think I want to start a business. That's awareness. Okay? Hope can talk to you. When you are in hope, when you feel hope, when hope is surrounding you, like jumping into a pool of water, you experience communion with hope. Okay, and that goes for any other type of intuition, like worry. Worry is not an emotion. You don't you worry is not an emotion. Worry is intuition. Worry is when you are obeying the devil and you think that the devil's plan of destruction will work. Worry is when you think that destruction is probable. You think destruction is probable, so you worry. Oh, my house is going to burn down. Oh my God, I'm worried. My business is not going to work. Oh, I'm worried. My husband is going to leave me. I'm worried. My wife's going to leave me. I'm worried. This is worry. Okay? And when you are looking at destruction, worry is exposing things to you. That's intuition. That's why it's intuition. Worry starts to pop things up. And what you pay attention to, you then will start to manifest. That's why your attention is the highest spiritual form of currency. Your attention is the highest form of spiritual currency that you possess. Okay? Now, like I said before, everything is not aware. Why is not everything aware? Oh, and about my online course, it's not ready. Okay, it's not ready. It will be ready soon. I'm working diligently on it. Trust me. If you want one-on-one coaching, you for sure can always send me an email, message me, or DM me, and we'll have to jump on a video chat so that we can hash out if we're good and compatible for one another. Because Osho said, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Okay? Well, Dragon, don't worry. Thank you for stopping by. Now, when you are, so everything is not aware. Your toothbrush is not aware. Your toothbrush has no ability to experience worry, to experience joy. Your toothbrush cannot experience hope. This is why your things exist on a type of communication level: knowing, understanding, and awareness. Now, there are three types of things that God created. Okay, and these three different types of things, God then told us, what did he tell us? Then God told us that what these three types of things do, or what these three types of things, how they function, basically. Okay, so we have and from lowest to highest. The lowest is called a creation, or a creation. The next one is called a creature. The next one is called a creator. Okay? Creation, creature, and creator. What is a creation? Your toothbrush is a creation. A mountain is a creation. The sun is a creation. The black holes are a creation. A tree is a creation. A dog is not a creation. You are not a creation. A worm is not a creation. Okay? What is the purpose of a creation? A creation can only express, not communicate, A toothbrush cannot speak to you in words. A toothbrush, even though it might be white, it might be blue, the display of the colors are not communication. That is expression. Okay? A creation is here to be discovered. That's the only purpose for a creation. Creations need to be discovered. Next, creature. A creature are your dogs, your worms, your horses, your single-cell organisms. You are not a creation. A toothbrush is not a creation. A creation can travel. A creation, whatever a creation is, it can travel. It moves. It moves with intention. So a dog can walk this way and then turn and walk this way and then turn and walk this way and then turn and then turn and then sit down and then go to sleep. A creation can intentionally move. It's not thrown around like a rock. Like if I toss a rock, the rock will go up and it will come down. The rock doesn't have a say in which way it goes. It just doesn't, okay? Also, the rock can only express, it cannot communicate. A creature can communicate. A creature has the ability of language. A dog has language. You know, when it sits down like this or sleeps like this, you know, it goes to sleep with its paws or her paws like this. That's language. A dog sleeping like this does not feel safe. Okay? A dog sleeping like this does not feel safe in its environment, or it does not feel like it has the ability to really get into that deep sleep. Like it has to get up and go on a moment's notice. If it hears a sound, it has to get up and go. Okay? That's language. That's communication. And everything has its own type of communication. Humans have their own communication language, verbal language. And inside of our language, we have Spanish, Arabic, French, sign language, all these different types of, beautiful languages, right? So language exists only for things that communicate. Language exists only for things that communicate. Expression and communication are different. The word express, it means to push out or to be revealed. Think of expression kind of like clay being pushed through a mold, okay? And it comes out like with all those hairs, right? I'm pushing the clay through the mold and it comes out. Expression, for the creation, expression is when God is moving things, is moving data from existence into reality. Reality is what is real. Your reality is as far as you can see, hear, taste, touch, smell, and that's for every creature. Every creature. Yes. Yes. So every creature has a reality. A monkey has a reality. The different monkeys in the monkey pack or crew or clan, whatever they're called, right? They each have their own reality. They have their own perspective. I have my reality. I'm sitting here in front of my computer in my studio. I'm looking at my camera. You might be in your car. You might be at work. You might not even be looking at me. You might just be listening to me. Your reality is what's real, what's tangible. Okay? And this kind of can get kind of weird, but existence is not real. If you cannot detect it somehow, it is not real. It exists, but it's not real. Reality is relative. Okay? Reality, your reality is relative to only you. You might see a 6, I might see a 9. That's real life, reality. All right. So the next thing, creator. Oh, wait. Sorry. What's the purpose of a creature? What is the purpose of creatures? Creatures' purpose, the only purpose for a creature is for humans to dominate them. Sounds cruel, but that's what God said. The only purpose for a creature is for humans to dominate them. I'm going to let that simmer for a little bit while I drink some water. All right. So, a horse, after you discover the horse, the wild horse, you might want to make it, you might want to domesticate it, domesticate the horse. So then you have to break the horse or buck breaking or whatever it's called. I have no clue, but turning a wild horse into a pet. Okay. Turning a wolf into a dog. Okay. It's turning a cricket into your household pet. Like, you have to dominate creatures. Creatures are here to be dominated. It sounds painful, but that's exactly what God gave us: dominion. Dominate, dominion. Dominate, dominion. God gave us dominion over all the living creatures. Okay? Now, it doesn't mean you treat them bad. It doesn't mean that you just are evil to them. It means you own them. God granted you authority to own them. Now, next, creations or creator. I'm sorry. Creatures can communicate. I already spoke about that. Okay, creator. Creators. A horse is not a creator. Okay? They made us in his image. God made us, man and woman, mankind, in his image. We are in the image of God. That's just the truth. We are in his image. And if we are in his image, an image is not a picture. Okay? Like, if you can imagine an apple, if you can imagine you being rich, that is an image. Okay? If you can imagine what an apple smells like, that too is an image. An image is not only colors. It's the display that your mind projects. It's what your mind is projecting. That's image. That's an image. Your imagination is when you manipulate images. So you can be in your imagination, let's say, a giraffe human with an umbrella that's flying on a Jello pudding cloud on Jupiter. So I said all of that, and it's kind of far-fetched, but when I said it, you could imagine it. You have that image. Okay? The difference between an image and a picture is an image or a picture is something you touch. It's physical. There's a digital picture, like what's on your computer, your phone, your laptop, your tablet. That's still a picture. That's not an image. But then you you have a picture frame, or you can draw a picture or paint a picture. That too is a picture. That's a picture. Picture is always tangible. And electricity is physical. That's why the colors on your screen are a picture, because physical pertains to pictures. And if you don't think electricity is physical, it can shock you. Okay, it can shock you. Something that's not physical, that has no matter to it, you won't be able to touch it. Okay, water is physical. The wind is physical. A horse is physical. You are physical. I am physical. Okay, your shirt is physical. This is what physical means. Okay, so don't think that physical, it just means solid, like a rock. Yes, that too is physical, but physical means things that have matter, that pertain to have some type of matter in it. Electricity, an electron, has matter. All right. So anyway, a creator is something, or is somebody, us. We exist on awareness. We are aware. A horse is not aware. Okay? How do I know this? You can talk to yourself. A horse does not talk to itself. A horse can reason. A horse can understand things. A rock cannot reason or understand things. A horse, or let's say a beaver. A beaver makes dams in the water. The building of those dams is a display of understanding. It somehow created reason. It understands what wood is. It understands what a tree is. It understands that it has teeth. It understands, or it knows that all these different things. It makes all this stuff together, and it says, I understand I can block the water. So it cuts trees down, and it puts twigs and branches and all these things in the water, and now the water's not moving anymore. That's called understanding. Creatures have understanding. Creators have understanding. We have reason. We also have knowledge, but we also have awareness. We have access to intuition. Your horse, your dog, does not have access to intuition, or at least not as fluid as you thought. A dog does not have the ability to jump from joy to hope to worry like you think. Your dog, your cat, only is instinctual. Instinct is intuition, but that's the only type of awareness that they exist in. But the thing about instinct is it pulls you to a place of submission. When you put a piece of food in front of your dog, it almost feels as if the dog is experiencing pain. The dog, it almost can't stop themselves. They're shaking, they're crying. This is instinct. Instinct is almost painful. Instinct makes you crave things. So when you crave something, that's instinct. Instinct is awareness. Instinct is intuition. Instinct is spiritual perception. Okay? But dogs, creatures, all creatures are instinctive. So, but instinct itself, why does instinct pull you into submission? Because instinct is the expression arm of intuition. So, for example, you can express happiness. You as a human, you can express joy. You can express worry. You can express, different types of intuition freely. Like, you can decide to express these things. When a dog is when joy is coming through a dog, the dog has no ability to get out of that. Just like when you put the food in front of the dog has no ability to not be joy. That's instinct. A dog can only exist as instinct when it comes to awareness. Okay? So, a creator, we can exist as hope. When we are hopeful, we are full of hope. We exist as hope. We can speak on hope. We can speak what hope is showing us. Okay? We can speak on what hope is exposing to us, that level of awareness. We can communicate that. A dog cannot communicate what hope is showing it. It only exists as instinct. Is this making sense? Is this making sense? Because this is something groundbreaking that is not being taught by your pastors. It's not being taught by your schools. It's not being taught by your moms, your dads. Hope is something you need in your life. Hope is intuition. Hope can only be communicated and expressed from a creator. Okay? Hope can be expressed only from, a creation or a creature like a dog or a cat or a horse only can express hope. They cannot communicate hope. Expression and communication are different. A creature, a creation like a rock or a toothbrush or a single strand of hair has no access to awareness or intuition at all. They just simply exist. It's almost like we exist in a matrix. Okay? Life is love and love is life. In fact, do you guys know what the word life means? How do you know the word if you don't know the word? This is how I know God is real. If you don't even think God is real because of the Bible, this definition of life should be eye-opening to you. It means spiritual existence imparted by God. This is from the etymological dictionary. Spiritual existence imparted by God. How is this? Soul, harmony, I will get to that in just a moment. So, the tree has a spiritual existence, but the only way this tree spiritually exists is because God imparted it. God imparted the worm to exist spiritually. And everything physical is a spiritual manifestation. Because physical is not even like a thing that will last. Spirit, your spirit is forever. Okay? All right, so we have a question. What is the best practice to bring you back to hope when you drift off? If or when you drift off? Okay, that's a great question. practice is always so all of existence exists in a dichotomy. We live in a duality, okay? There's no such thing as a one-sided bread. There's no such thing as a one-sided coin. There's no such thing as one-sided anything. God doesn't even exist by himself. God created us to please him. Even God needs somebody else. God created humans to be with other humans. Everything requires something else. And not even requires, everything has something else. Light has dark. Happiness has sadness. And that's just how it is. And everything exists with two sides, but they exist on I call it a coin. Okay? So, if you are not in hope, that means you are hopeless. That means you are desperate. That means you are worried. That means you are in despair. That means you think that something in your life is not going to work. You're not going to get promoted. You're not going to get out of this 9-to-5 job. You're not ever going to find a husband. You're not going to find a wife. You're not. So all this stuff, you're hopeless. You are lacking hope. Hope is void here. Hope does not reside with you. So it's not that you drift away. More so, it's that you are paying attention to destruction. What you pay for, you get. If you are paying for a sandwich in a store, you will then get the sandwich. Okay? It doesn't matter if you know how long the sandwich has been standing on or been in the store. It could be moldy on the inside, but you paid for it. That's how paying attention to something happens or works. So when you are paying attention to worry, more things that are going to keep worry around will come around you. So if you are paying attention to worry, things like bills will present themselves. Things like argumentative people will present themselves. Things like broken cars or flat tires will present themselves to you. Okay, so the solution, if there's a problem in life, in your life, there is always a solution. Always. 100%. 100%. But if you are focused on the problem, if your focus is on, if you are paying attention to only the problem, if you are not paying attention to the solution, you are only going to get the problem. You pay what you get for. So remember, weeping may be but for a night, but joy comes in the morning. When you are focused on joy, when you pay attention to joy, the angel called virtue comes around you. This angel called virtue supplies many things called grace. Grace means God's unmerited love and favor. One of the thing called virtue is patience. Another thing that virtue provides is called hope. It's even in the definition of hope. The word hope, it means have the theological virtue of hope. Hope is virtue. Hope comes from the angel called virtue. Okay, so when you are paying attention to joy, hope comes around. It's simple. It might not be easy. It's simple. All of your fixes in life are simple, but they might not be easy. I promise you. All right, so I have 42 people in here. Does anybody have a question? Okay, any questions, any comments on what I said? I said a lot. Okay. Again, I'm streaming on YouTube. I am also streaming here on TikTok. I love each and every one of you. But if you guys have any questions about hope, if you are lacking hope, remember, if you have a problem in life, you get what you pay for. If you are paying for the problem, you get more of the problem. Okay? If you are paying for the problem, you get more of the problem. Pay for the solution. Your attention is the highest level of currency in the spirit world. That's why everything that humans create are fighting for your attention. Not only what humans are creating, what God created, what the devil creates. Everything is fighting for your attention. Have you ever walked past flowers? They're like dancing at you. Hey, look down here. Look how pretty I smell. Or look how great I smell. But then, like evil is also trying to get you to pay attention to it. You have people online pandering and trying to lead you astray. They want you to get them to pay attention to you. All the elites, everything wants you to pay attention to. You get what you pay for. If you pay for the problem, you get the problem. Okay? Now, I hope this has blessed you guys. Okay? I hope this has blessed you guys in many ways, more than one. And if you want to learn more about this, about hope, about love, about peace, about you, about spiritual gifts, about spirituality, about intuition, about your spiritual gifts, follow me here on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube. If you want to learn more in depth about any of that, consider downloading and buying my ebooks. Okay, I have one. It's called A Peace Called Love. That gives you the very foundation of all of everything, plus more about what I just said to you. Okay, it goes into things like leadership, forgiveness, boredom, intuition, spiritual gifts, spirituality, all this great stuff. If you don't want that, I have free downloads in the link in my bio here on YouTube and on TikTok. If that isn't enough for you, I am developing an online course. The course is not done yet, but you will be able to purchase it. It costs more money, but that's fine. You get more value out of it, okay? You'll be able to buy that course and experience it at your own pace. If that isn't enough, you can get me one-on-one life coaching, spiritual life coaching. I've helped people with their spiritual gifts, in their relationships, save their relationships, in business, how to handle their empath gifts at a seminar, at interviews, in your healing abilities as a teacher, as an evangelist, managing your emotions. All of these things you can get with me one-on-one. Of course, that's my premium offer. So don't think you're going to get that for free. But if you want the free content, free help, free guides, subscribe here on YouTube. Follow me here on TikTok. I've been doing this for years now. Years. Okay? If you didn't know, now you know.